Thursday Thunder. Adrian.
Yeah.
How are you on this cold day?
Cold. It's stupidly cold. It shouldn't be this cold. It was 2 degrees.
Adelaide has been really cold for the whole week. It's been, the mornings have been 2-3 degrees, and then the days have only been 12 degrees.
It's top of 13 today.
Yeah. How's the prep going and you're walking in the mornings?
Yeah, so, well, you know, I don't know about you, Kim, but prep for me is going good at the moment, minus the fact that I'm always hungry, I'm constantly peeing, and I'm slowly getting weaker, but I'm still training to the most I can. And
so that sounds like you're on track.
Yeah. a bit far out though, but still, I'm going well.
Yeah, so we're 16 and a half weeks out. And I did see a picture of you, and you're tracking pretty well. Yeah.
I don't like photos. I don't like photos at all. I don't put any photos up anywhere. I do nothing.
No, well, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, we spoke about that last contest season, where people, why put up pictures of yourself for your opposition to mull over?
Yeah. I just keep everything.
But I just saw pictures. From
I keep to myself.
Your coach showed me a picture.
Yeah, I know.
We saw you naked.
Yeah.
So but otherwise prep's going good. You're happy with how it's going?
Very well. Very happy. Yeah, I'm under 88 this morning.
Yeah. So in terms of your diet, you're on a what are you on? An intermittent fasting, macro counting, keto / type diet, are you?
I'm just on a diet. I just do what I'm told.
Yeah.
That's why I got a coach. I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
He just says do this, and I go, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. But in the end, you're on a calorie deficit, obviously.
Yes, very much so. I've had my first drop this week, so that was the.
Yep.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going well. Can't complain.
Very good.
When I start becoming, you'll know something's up.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch Thursday Thunders, my face gets slimmer every week. It's great. Yeah.
That's right. Did you see my thing I did about my walk-in the other night?
No.
Morning walk-in versus night walk-in.
I think I did have a quick read of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an interesting comparison, because like I go for a walk every morning. And I do the same loop. I do the same loop. Some days I'll do it left to right and then right to left. But I pretty well do the same loop. It's 3.5 kilometers exactly. And in the morning, on a good morning, I'll average about 32 minutes. For that 3.5 kilometers. This morning I was like 36 minutes. Some mornings just feel crap. But then I started doing an experiment, and I started doing, well, it was an experiment. I just couldn't walk in the mornings for certain reasons, and I was doing my walking in the evening, late afternoon / evening. So so obviously the morning in the walk-in is totally fasted. All I do is wake up, drink a glass of water, and take Formula Vamp V. That's it, and I go out the door. So the afternoon work obviously is after about 3 or 4 meals. But the interesting thing was the afternoon walk, I could do that same 3.5 kilometers in 29 and a half minutes, 30 minutes flat. And I'm walking at a pace where if I go any faster, I'll turn it into a run. Heaps of energy. Now, the interesting fact was the calorie expenditure. In the morning, averaging 32 and a half minutes, I'm burning about 215 calories for that walk on average, whereas the afternoon walk I was in about 30 minutes, 29 and a half was a really good time. I was averaging about 250 to 255 calories.
So you'd say around a 20% increase?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just made an interesting comparison about calorie expenditure, and I just said on there that if you are tracking your calories, it would make sense to walk in the afternoon. Because one, your calorie intake on both days is the same. Whether you're walking in the morning or at night, your calorie intake is the same.
It is.
Right? Well, with me it's the same. But in the morning, if I do a walk, I'm burning 215 calories, but if I do it in the afternoon, I'm burning 257 calories. So if I'm tracking my calories out, it would make sense for me to walk in the afternoon.
It would.
But then, of course, there's people who then came on there very aggressively saying that for fat loss, morning cardio is better than afternoon cardio, blah blah blah. Even though I mentioned nothing in my article about fat loss, I was just mentioning the interest in the calorie output.
Yeah.
But that being said, there really is no evidence saying that you burn more fat in a fasted state.
No,
you'll find people saying for it and yes, etc. You burn more fat in a fasted state than you do because it's reaching into more stores, etc. Fat stores because there's no glycogen. You and I still both agree that it's a calories in versus calories out.
Just do it.
So if you're doing that, it would make sense to do it.
It would definitely. I mean,
you've got more energy, and that's why I was doing a faster walk because obviously I was 3 to 4 meals in for the day.
Yep.
I've got heaps of energy. I'm feeling really good, and I can obviously do that faster.
Yeah, of course.
With more energy.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm in the process of reading. I think I was doing some yesterday. I was reading a whole bunch of articles on muscle glycogen.
Yes.
Like depletion, storage, and I found a lot of interesting articles which I want to touch base on next week.
Yeah.
Because I'm reading about 5 or 6.
What we'll do is we'll actually shoot it most probably as a separate video. We're starting to shoot some separate videos, and one went up yesterday where we shot a video on how to apply progressive training.
Yep.
Yeah, and going back to the basics. So check that out because that is online here on YouTube as well. And it's just the basics of training. I think everything's been so complicated these days.
Yeah, it is.
So people are complicating training, they're complicating supplementation, and they're complicating nutrition. And we're going to do videos in the next couple of weeks on each of those topics to try and just break it down for you and make it a little bit simpler.
The easiest way possible.
Yeah, so we'll keep what you said about carbohydrates for that. But there is something I will mention now about a video that was sort of going viral on all the forums and in the bodybuilding thing.
Yep.
And that was a video by George Farah. Now, George Farah is a former IFBB pro who's now one of the guru coaches.
Yeah.
Now, he put up a video about protein. And most people eat too much protein, and he was saying that you can only absorb 30 grams of protein per meal.
Yep.
Anything extra from that, he says, actually doesn't get absorbed, and he said it then turns into glucose via a system called
glycogenesis.
Yes, glycogenesis, and gets stored as body fat.
Yep.
Now, he was right and wrong. Excess protein can get, and your body does turn it into glucose.
It has turned into a sugar.
Yeah, exactly right. But what George Farah is wrong about was, for that glycogenesis to occur, the protein has to be absorbed. But he's saying that your body doesn't absorb anything more than 30 grams. Now, look, these sorts of statements are. There's no set rule.
No, there isn't.
And to me, if you get someone who is 100 kilos and 10% body fat, and someone who's 75 kilos and 25% body fat, all of their nutritional needs are going to be different.
Very much so.
And then even versus a 140 kilo pro bodybuilder who's on all sorts of supplements and everything else, again, the numbers are going to change. So I thought for someone like George Farah to put up such a statement...
It's a blanket statement.
It's a blanket statement that just does not cover everything.
No, it doesn't.
A
lot more research has to be going into that specific field.
That's right.
You can't just make that statement like all cars are red.
Look, one thing I do agree with him though, I think, is that people do tend to eat too much protein. And basing your protein intake on say that 2 kilos per gram, 2 grams per kilo of body weight. Now, again, that's a very blanket statement because that should be 2 grams per kilo of lean body weight.
And in some cases that can go up to 5.5 to 6 grams.
Well, you can't have someone weighing 150 kilos and 35% body fat and say you need to eat 300 grams of protein. He's just going to get fatter. Exactly right. And so it's to do with your lean body weight. And if people use it as a blanket statement on their overall body weight, they're going to get too much protein. And too much protein equals too much calories, which equals then a weight gain. Long weight gain. All right, but we shall talk about that.
I can go into a whole tangent on what you just said, just like completely different, but let's leave that for another video completely.
So keep an eye out for those videos. So the first one is up already, which is just on how to apply progressive overload to your training. So it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple, but it went for like 35 minutes.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Fun.
Yeah, so we shall do some others, and we will be doing other videos. We'll do another video shortly on dispelling some bro myths,
bro science,
and things like that. So moving on, we'll go into some news, bodybuilding news. So the first one that was really interesting was that there was this big rumor went along earlier this week on Monday that Roden is out of Olympia.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that.
No, I heard a couple of people talk about it. One was a real notable Australian person in the bodybuilding scene. I won't say who it is, but he sort of said, I've heard that Roden's out of the Olympia.
Yeah.
Now, but then he guest posed on the weekend. He guest posted another show
and looking a lot.
And looked a lot. You saw it?
I did.
Look, he still was nowhere near what you would say, but from the 3 weeks before where we spoke about him and he was horrible, he had notably leaned up and gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So Chris Aceto still keeps brushing it off that Sean Roden will be at the Olympia and will be, if not better, bigger and better than last time. So that was interesting. Then the other thing that is coming in now, and that is that Heath is in.
Yeah.
Did you see Phil Heath put up a post that consulted with the coach, diet starting?
Yeah. I think he's with Haney Rambot.
Yes. Yeah. So look, I think Heath would be an idiot if he didn't compete.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This is the most vulnerable Olympia for years.
Yes.
You know, Roden is vulnerable. Rami hasn't even qualified yet.
Nope.
Dexter hasn't even qualified yet. You know?
Yeah.
And I think if Heath can bring his package back, bring his gut under control, and I think he knows now that, you know, he'd be a fool not to do this one.
Yeah.
So that'll be really interesting. And I think he would be a fool if he didn't do it.
Yeah. But judging on the last 3, 4, 5 years, it's slowly gone for Heath, and
it was really this only last 2 Olympias where he had that problem, with his stomach.
Yeah.
If he's able to bring it under control, there's nobody will beat him.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty well straight out. So, that's interesting. The other thing is they're talking Kai is in. You've been seeing that as well?
I did, and I think I called this like last year sometime. It was like, he's going to win and then Kai's going to compete next year. I think I did say that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think Kai's making way too much money to do it now.
Kai is in Adelaide at the moment.
Yep.
And I've seen some photos of him. I mean, he's massive.
Yeah, he's like 5'2". He's huge.
Yeah, but he's like, you know, 270s, 280s. And Kai's condition always is 5-6 weeks out.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. So, look, that's interesting. That got me thinking about that with Kai. Like, what the hell motivates this guy, really, if you think about it?
Yeah.
What motivates him to stay in that sort of size? Because he's not competing. Hasn't competed for a few years now, a couple of years.
Well, he's made several movies, actually. Like, he's actually starring in a Korean martial arts movie. Yeah,
but does he need to be Olympia size to do that? Like he'd be putting his body under all that stress, and you sort of wonder that. Well, why not compete? Yeah, make some money out of that as well.
I think he's making too much money. He doesn't need to compete because he's making so much money now from his sales, his supplement brand, his books, his movies, his signings. Yeah, I don't think he would need to add, I'm just going to do bodybuilding on top of it, because what he did as a job, as a profession, has turned into literally a hobby now. So yeah, that's what my thought is anyway. I mean, what motivates Kai? Who knows? You can't get a straight answer out of the guy.
No, that's right.
What motivates you, Kai? The earth. I don't know.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yep.
I think that's about it for news. So coming into other things, I recorded a podcast with Warren Clampit last week. People are going, who's Warren Clampit?
I was like, who is Warren Clampit?
Yeah, Warren Clampit. Warren Clampit was a top IMBA natural bodybuilding champion in the 2000s, late 90s, 2000s. Yep. His last competition was in 2009. Now, Warren was one of the top naturals in the world. He won IMBA Natural Olympia, he won the Universe, he won Muscle Mania, and he even crossed over to IFBB. He won an IFBB Victorian overall title as a natural, competing in the under 90s. And it was a really, really interesting podcast. Warren talked about his training philosophies, his nutrition, and his supplementation. So just keep an eye out for that. That should go up again within the next few days.
Good.
Yeah, so it was really, really good. In other news, the Oxyshred Hardcore is now live online to
pre-orders.
So if you want to pre-order and make sure you get a copy, because we've only been allocated a certain amount. So once they're gone, they're gone. So if you want to secure yourself a tub, that's the new Oxyshred Hardcore, which is a higher stimulant version. So it's like a pre-workout Oxyshred. So it's still got the same fat burning combination, but it's just got a little bit more, quite a bit more stim. Yeah, so check that out. You can buy that online at australianmuscle.com.au now and secure your tub. Our hoodies are most probably 7 to 10 days away now.
Good.
So they're in production. We've seen the mock-up, I suppose, would you call it? So, and approved it. So that's all in production. So hopefully next week we can give you an ETA on that.
Good.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else?
No, I don't got anything else to add.
All right. We'll catch you guys later. And don't forget to keep an eye out for all our other little videos that we'll be releasing in the next few weeks. Thanks, guys. If you've got any questions, hit up on our socials. Don't forget, all stores, all locations open as per normal. If you can't get in, don't forget to order online with
free Australia-wide delivery.
Free Australia-wide delivery. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Ta-ta.